Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Pyre Community RITE Night, which means of course some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre, featuring first and foremost none other than the members of the RITE Club Discord server, the place for all things multiplayer Pyre. And if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then look no further, because you can join said Discord server by clicking on that link right there. But those of you in chat, you are not off the hook. No, because you see the red circle with the white L below chat. You click on that and you'll find all of the various requests that you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players' exiles, masteries, songs, arenas, even Titan stars are all fair game. So, without further ado, let's hop into versus mode here. I'll set ourselves back to the defaults, hop into said Discord group, but let me know if there's anyone who would like to get us started today. Okay, I am in Discord now. How's everybody doing? Lilac, Core, Frost King, Macaws, Lid? Oh my goodness. Is there an imposter among us? There may be. Okay. Lilac says, let me in, coach, but not right now since you have to eat, but maybe a little bit later. For now, you'll just cause chaos. Okay. Well, Macaws looks like he is interested, so let me get an invite out to one Senor Macaws. And that means we would be looking for one more person. Oh, actually, let me unplug my controller real quick. Just in time. Just in time. Is there anyone else who would like to hop in here? Or I suppose, we can start setting things up for the first match if we do have any requests, although generally speaking, I think it is best to establish who's in first. iRotor seems like he is good to go. Don't know if we've had any Murph sightings yet. Okay, invites should be out. Let me know if I need to resend any of those guys. Want to see at least one Murph Macaws match? Well, I don't know. I don't know if we'll have a Murph sighting today or not. But as for right now, we have iRotor.
I think my invitation crashed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mine too.
All right, let me just resend those in that case. Or if it crashed for both of you guys, there's a chance I might have some Steam update that I need to do real quick. But hopefully, that was just a little fluke. Okay, who did I just resend it to?
Me.
That was iRotor? Okay, let me get one for Macaws then. Thank you.
I might have crashed again, so either your Steam version.
Yeah, let me take a quick peek. I think I might just restart Steam real quick, because oftentimes that is the culprit. Give me just a second. I am growing increasingly suspicious that may be the case. Let's see. Steam? Were you the problem, Steam? You may have been. It would help if you restarted. I don't know. No sign, really, of an update, unless it was so quick that I didn't even notice it. But, who knows, maybe a little restart was, one way or another, the solution, regardless. Now, let me get you guys those invites. Okay. Invites should be on their way. That sounded more promising.
There we go.
Alright, perfect.
Yes.
Alright, if one of you guys could just confirm who's player 1, who's player 2?
Player 1.
Okay. iRotor, player 1. Macaws, player 2. And I wrote her. Looks like withdrawn for you, Macost. Who would you like to play today?
Throw me on the True Night Wings, please.
Sure thing. There we go. All right. Let me
Talismans?
check my... Oh, there we go. Good catch. Lilac says, let me check my request list. That's, you know, a little alarming. Let's see. It is a talisman request. You can only choose talismans that have the first letter of the exile they're chosen for. Like Gilman can only get talismans that start with a G, so on and so forth. Cannot choose exiles whose names start with a vowel. Are there just no talismans that start with a vowel? Or for some reason we're not fans of the vowels? I don't know. But I suppose we can hop in. I feel like that one, we're going to have to take a look at the talismans to see what that actually means. What the implications are.
Hark, exiles. Welcome to the nest of Triesta. Here you may yet prove your worth. Let us determine which of you is the superior. The withdrawn stand ready. True Night Wings, stand ready. Who shall conduct the rites?
Alright, so your talismans have to start with the same letter as the exile. Oh, actually, interesting point. Does Gilman count as a G or does Gilman count as an S? I mean, the example you gave, Lilac, was Gilman G, so I assume that means probably G? But things like, I mean, Messenger Imp presumably would be an M. I don't know if there's anyone else where there's a little bit of ambiguity there. But also no vowels for the starting letter at all. What's up, Blood Princess? Right? What is up with... And also, Y is potentially a vowel in some situations. Vowels are kind of important. I don't understand the hate. Deluge would be D. Okay. So Triesta's Plume, Tamitha. That certainly makes some sense. It'll be interesting to see to what extent players need to compromise versus can they find ways to still get what would by most accounts be a good, if
They're
not
sorted
ideally great
alphabetically.
talisman.
You don't have to look through all of this.
Frost King.
Appreciate that, I wrote her. I was today years old when I found that out.
Wait, what was that?
The
Tada! Sorry.
talismans are supported are sorted alphabetically.
Oh, I'm not sure I realized that either.
Where did my prayer beads go?
Put it on Headwind, and then you forgot about it.
Ah,
Headwind
thank you.
stole them. Oh, Pamitha Prayer Beat. So yeah, there may be some situations where the players can get what would, by most accounts, be a top-tier talisman on their character, so not many compromises needed in those situations, but as to whether those were the characters and talismans they wanted, that still may differ, may not necessarily be the case. So it may still opt for some things that are maybe not quite as S-tier, but yet fill their personal preferences or what they were looking to do to fill certain gaps in their team composition. And it'd be interesting to see, do players start with the exile and then try to find a talisman that fits, or do they start with the talisman as the first priority and then fill in with whichever exile happens to work on that talisman? Dying Flame Dalbert. We certainly see I wrote her taking Dalbert, but not very much on the Dying Flame.
That's their talisman, their campaign talisman.
Thematically
The
fitting
accusers
there.
have Living Flame.
The alphabetical talismans definitely helps a lot.
Yeah, that
Just
was...
seeing you there, Makas going, wait, if I want Ignarius, okay, this is what I have to pick.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. Alright, let's just...
Okay, so Vengeful Vow, Vorfrit, Exploding Crone, Tizo. There are a few T talismans. Tailwind Crest was one option, but there are a few others there. Star Splinter Snadra. That's the final choice for Makas. So alright, here we go. Our first match of the day between iRotor and Makas, with characters using talismans that start with the same letter. And for the most part, I think we saw players were able to get talismans that still get a fair bit of play. Maybe a few that were a little bit surprising, but nothing that was totally out of left field. iRotor comes up a little bit short, but does set up a dangerous portal. Now Makas in possession and has a quick counterattack with his Crone, plunging in for 25. But no prayer beads. In fact, we did have prayer beads on Pamitha. That is the one character who does have prayer beads, but does mean that Vorfrit is now gone for the remainder of this round. That means a little more room for iRotor to maneuver there, and with the talisman, the Dying Flame Dalbert gets a little bit of bonus value there. Pamitha swaps into Snadra, who didn't have enough time to throw, despite having that quick throwing talisman, which is a good talisman, although tend not to see it very often on the Nomads, so I suppose that is something a little bit out of the ordinary. And then Stubborn Flame, reducing the damage, although Triesta's Plume increasing the damage. On net, it is 15 from that plunge, and it was a chance for iRotor to come back from banishment, although did not happen on that occasion. Snadra, oh, into the lava she goes. iRotor with Tizo, and now Dalbert. Two-pronged attack. Dalbert, however, makes the decisive move. Stubborn Flame once again reducing iRotor's damage by 10. And a quick answer from Makas. That is the Prayer Beads Pamitha, so she is guaranteed to come back here. It's the exploding Vorfrit, although I don't know if she took anyone out in the process there. Snadra plunging here. That's good for 20, but it means now no Snadra for Makas. If he is to plunge, he wants it to be with this character, Pamitha. And it means now one score, potentially all that Makas needs, as I don't think we have either player with any rekindling. iRotor, shoulder smashed there by Snadra. Pamitha for Makas, moving in. And with that plunge,
GG.
takes the win. GG.
The true Night Wings prevail. The scribes themselves surely have taken note.
Well played, you two.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Alright, well, let's head on back. And let us know, chat,
Until the next rite.
if there is anything you would like to see for the next one. Wait a second, did Lilac say they have to have the same starting letter, or just the starting letter of the egg? Yeah, the Exile and the Talisman had the same starting letter in that match. That was the criteria. So let us know if we have anything in mind for this one, or if we're just going to leave it up to the players to go with whatever they'd like. That is, of course, also an option. But seeing nothing at the moment, why don't we hop in for this next one? This will be a player's choice match. Oh, hold on. We have, perhaps just in time, we do have an Exiles request. Either the wheel or RNG chooses Exiles, whichever is chosen must be for both players. Okay. Or we can do it for the next one. Okay, why don't we do this one, leave this one up to the players, and then for the next one we'll do the RNG Exiles. That way we mix it up a little bit between requested stuff and player-based teams. Quick throwing Vids.
Messenger imp.
Speedy Messenger Imp in the first spot rather for Macaws.
Oh, we've got hanger. Yeah, there you go.
Exile.
Speedy Raji in the second spot for iRotor. I just had a random idea for a potential way that may or may not remove the hangover effect, but I am kind of curious if it does.
There's actually there's an engine mod you can do.
Yeah,
that
didn't
takes care of
someone
it.
make a new engine mod for it? A little
Yeah,
while
Core
back?
made one a little while ago. If I can find it in my files, I can send it over. Or else Core could probably just find it too.
Made an engine mod for it? I have to ask him. Maybe you can implement it.
Or maybe not an engine mod. Maybe it was something in the Lewis script. I don't know. Something happened, but
They made some change. They got
all I
rid of
know
the
is
hangover.
all I know is I don't have hangover on my mod anymore. So
Uh-huh.
I did something at some point to fix it.
Yeah, I was curious if I've never tried this before, and I don't really have any reason to
Choose someone.
believe that it would work, but I was just curious. If we used the scribe snuff,
Sap.
which obviously resets masteries, but might that also magically reset any hangover effect stats? I don't know. So it's just a niche enough thing that I'm not sure we've ever happened to use scribe snuff on a character who is currently affected by the hangover. Maybe it would fix it, probably not, but I was just kind of curious. If it does pop up later, then
Sap.
if anyone remembers, it might be worth just taking a quick check. But anyways, here we go with our second match between iRotor and Macaws. This time both players choosing their preferred teams. Both players opting to go the sap route here.
Well, now that was exciting.
Some big auras. So hard for Macaws to make it through, but everyone down on Macaws' side, even once iRotor gets the orb, does still make things tricky. What with the stubborn flame. That's a deceptive portal location for Macaws. It was close to iRotor's Pyre, but it was barely hidden. I don't know if I've ever noticed that little spot there before.
Somebody get the orb.
It's especially sneaky. But once again, everyone down on Macaws' side. iRotor unable to sprint, jump, throw, or use any other special abilities until Macaws gets an exile back here. iRotor now knocking people away with that demon jump, setting up a 30 damage throw.
Withdrawn are now favored to prevail.
Messenger Imp down. This time the portal position not quite as deceptive as it once was. But it's back with iRotor, and it's back with a Celestial Spike quick throw demon going in for 30 with Vids. On the attack once again, and with the sap shield, able to move in very aggressively here. May not have worked out the first time. That was the second attempt. Now Vids does get banished. iRotor using that sap shield again. Make it a little safer to move in those other exiles more aggressively, though eventually that was Raji going down. Vids has returned now.
The orb is up.
Continuously blocked, but iRotor still has it. Eventually, Vids does go down. Much more of a defensive showing this time from both players. I think that has to do quite a bit with their team compositions here. We see, I mean, once upon a time, we tended to think of saps as very defensive characters, and maybe their perception has changed a bit as of late, but don't let that take away from just how good they are defensively.
For all.
And large auras, as I was saying, with things like the demons, the nomads, good at casting, the imps also very good defensively, so overall, you could make a case both these teams lean a little bit more defensively than they do offensively, at least in certain ways. Until Makos breaks the deadlock here with a 25 damage sap throw. Those shields as well we're getting from the saps. That does also slow things down a little bit, in a way. Making it harder to break through by banishing characters. Here comes Vizpaleth. It's another 30 damage throw, and it means one more score potentially. All that Iroder needs, at least to reduce Makos' starting fire life, but of course we do see both players have a sap. But we have seen a Stubborn Flame effect from Makos, which would suggest there may not be much in the way of rekindling here. Snapper down. Raji moving in, and with no rekindling,
GG.
Iroder takes the win. GG.
And such a well-conducted victory it was.
Well played, you two.
The rite is complete.
Okay, well let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
Okay, and we have a request for randomized exiles and talismans at this point, so I think maybe it makes sense. I think the quickest way to do it is probably to go to the bot, which we haven't done for a long time, it feels like, but that is a way we can do it. Okay, so let's see, and Iroder has already rolled. See what he ended up with. He got Palmus with Sunken Shadow, Tizo with Mottled Flask, and Ignarius with Vengeful Vow. Makos, do you want to roll for yourself? I mean, I can roll for you right now if you want.
Question mark 3, got it.
Yeah.
I've never actually used this tool before.
Well, there you go. It's a shortcut. You can do it individually between Exile and Talisman, but this gives you everything all at once. So we got Almer with the Flame Leech, Ignarius with Bottled Void, Udmilda with Infernal Bloom. Just quickly double check, make sure all of those exiles are capable of holding those talismans, no legendaries or anything like that, and it looks like we're in the clear here. Sometimes what we've done when it comes to these randomizers is we've said you take them in the order that they appear. Other times we said it's up to the players to choose whichever order they'd like on those. Lilac, do you have a preference in terms of whether it must be Palmus number 1, Tizo number 2, Ignarius number 3, or whether Iroder can use them in whatever order he sees fit? And same thing for Makos. Either way, why don't we load in? Basically, do players pick the order?
The withdrawn shall take on the true night wings. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Still waiting for an answer.
Yeah. And it may be that players would prefer to take those exiles in that order anyway, in which case it doesn't matter, but players can pick the order, but there might have been a mix-up on what the request was. Oh, my bad. Okay, players can pick the order. Lids may have misinterpreted the request, potentially. Just double check, but...
I read it, we just use the first roll for both players. Like my roll.
Oh, I see. I assumed that they were rolling individually, but Lilac had said people are getting the same. Both Iroder and Makos are getting the same setups. Okay, so yeah, in that case, we could have both players take the first set, what I wrote had rolled.
We have to restart. I forgot that we have talismans.
Oh. Okay, so in that case, just to clarify, that means that both Iroder and Makos, you guys would be taking Palmus with Sunken Shadow, Tizo with Mottled Flask, and Ignarius with Vengeful Vow. You are allowed to take those in whatever order you would like. But it is a mirror match.
The rites.
So Iroder goes Palmas first. I suppose the players can also choose their own mastery setup, so there might be some differences both in the order of the exile selections and also in how they choose to apply those masteries.
Ignarius.
So Ignarius first, or Makos.
Tizo.
Now Tizo for Iroder.
Sap.
Palmas in the second spot for Makos, and of course now at this point we know exactly who is going in that last spot for both players. It's Ignarius
Ignarius.
for Iroder, and it's what, Tizo for Makos.
Tizo.
Alright, so here we go. Randomized exiles and talismans for both players, and they have the same setup. They did go in at least slightly different orders with those exiles, and it is Iroder getting us started with a 25 damage sap throw. Koss proactively setting up the Brazen Manor, now has it with that Brazen Manor Ignarius, but down he goes. Tizo versus Tizo.
Tizo banished.
Big banishments there. Opportunity still, perhaps. Oh, for Makos, but no, everyone banished for a split second at least, but it's Iroder, the first to come back.
What happened there?
A somewhat dangerous portal there for Makos. Iroder's much closer to his own Pyre with the portal. Makos eyeing that portal, but does get banished, moves it ever so slightly closer, but Makos currently defenseless is the bigger concern. Now here come the reinforcements. Iroder was thinking about the portal, then realized, that is going to take me just about nowhere.
How comical.
And this could, once again, prove to be a somewhat defensive matchup.
That was the last of them.
Although Makos defenseless here, we do have several of those exiles we were seeing last time. Combination of saps, demons, and imps. Lots of big auras. Except this time, but with the random talismans, may not have the players using their preferred offensive setups. So maybe a little more lacking offensively than they are defensively.
What a drive. A swift
Oh,
recovery.
humongous exploding sapling play there from Iroder. Takes out the entirety of Makos' team and was already near the Pyre, so plenty of time to pick up the orb and throw that one in for 25. Almost moving in, but goes down here, and Makos defenseless. Iroder charges up the throw. May have been unblockable from that range, but there is the rekindling. It is 50 for Makos, so that is now the second life bar. Makos on the attack here, though. Plunging for 30. Finger guns and all from Ignarius. Obviously no prayer beads, though, as no one is getting prayer beads in this match. That was not rolled from the randomizer. Oh, and you could see the thought for Makos there. All those exiles close together as he goes flying in with the imp, just ready for destruction. He does get a couple of banishments out of it.
No sign of the true.
But now it's Makos who's defenseless here. Oh, and the Brazen Manor. However, despite having theoretically more damage from that, it took longer, and on net, I think it actually meant that Iroder dealt less damage because it wasn't even the usual 30 there. May not matter though, as if Iroder can get a full damage score with his zap. He will get the win.
Withdrawn prevailed.
GG.
It was as though the scribes themselves stood by their side.
Well played, you two.
The ceremony is complete.
Alright, let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
And let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like for the next one. Okay. Well. Let's see, I suppose... Yeah, so we went back and forth a little bit on how to execute on that previous request or set of requests, but we... One way or another, we checked that one off the list. Okay, Lilac says nothing planned for this one. Oh, it is a Murph sighting. Okay. Murph says Knights of the Sea for the song. Anything else we're looking for here? Or will that be all? That's it for Murph? Okay. Seems like that'll be it.
The withdrawn versus the true Nightwings. Welcome.
Right.
Who shall conduct the rites?
Well, the team composition is all up to the players here. And it is a Bright Wisp Almer in the lead for Iroder. Speedy Bertrude for Macaws. Now Web Lanthorn Raji for Iroder. Banishing Throw Stowaway in the second spot for Macaws.
Demon.
Meta Vizpaleth for Iroder. Now Web Lanthorn Messenger in the last spot for Macaws. Oh, and Macaws is Speedy Bertrude first to the orb there, despite Iroder having the teleporting Savage. And it is a Savage. With a 13 damage throw, that was from the Stowaway. Oh my goodness. Humongous explosion for Iroder, getting rid of the entirety of Macaws' team, helping to set up this 30 damage score.
A show of strength from the true Nightwing's foe.
Stowaway. Oh, was looking to get the Banishing Throw, although I suppose Macaws will take that. May not have gotten rid of any of the defenders, although ultimately didn't need to. Everyone down on Macaws' side, though. Time now for Iroder.
The fires wane.
And that's a 30 damage demon throw. Oh, and Macaws breaks out the Crone Salute here, functionally turning that into an uncontested 30 damage Crone throw. Of course, he can only do that once. Decided that that was the right time to break it out. Oh, big cast there from Iroder, although the very quick response from Macaws. It's another 30 damage score from the Crone, though that time it was a plunge, and with no prayer beads, means no Bertrude in this round. Stowaway threatens with the Banishing Throw, although Iroder is unfazed. Answers by throwing that one in for 20 damage, and at this point, one score potentially all that Iroder needs, although same could be said for Macaws. Here comes Iroder. Oh, sacrifices one of his exiles, Macaws does, but it's not enough. Iroder still able to get the score and take the win. GG.
Perhaps a stroke of fortune ought to be
GG.
thanked.
Well played, you two.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Alright. Let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
And let us know, chat, if there is anything we would like to see for the next one. We did our Knights of the Sea, but we'll reset that now. Lilac's checking the list. You checking it twice? Lids, you're like 7 months off? Here's a good one. Okay.
Or 5 months early, depending on how you look at it.
You must pick... Okay, it's an Exiles request. You must pick your opponent's favorite Exiles and Talismans. You cannot ask what they are directly, but you can request hints. Up to 3 hints total to guess. So you're making your team based on what you think your opponent's favorite Exiles and Talismans are, is that right? Doing your best guesses, and you can have up to 3 hints. Okay. Does that make sense? So
Yes.
basically, Iroder, you're trying to pick Makos's favorite team. Makos, you're trying to pick Iroder's favorite team.
Favorite team or favorite exiles?
I think technically it's an Exile request, although Lilac said Exiles and Masteries. Lilac, you want to throw Exiles and Talismans. Lilac, do you want to throw a Talisman request in there as well?
Because my favorite team is very different from my favorite exiles.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. The distinction you're making is, are we talking about, like, in the campaign, character-wise, versus in the game, gameplay-wise?
Correct.
Okay. I'm assuming we're talking gameplay-wise here, I think. Given how this is now both an Exile and a Talisman request. I think it's definitely the gameplay. Yeah, okay. Confirmation. Gameplay-wise, your opponent's favorite team.
The withdrawn shall now face the true Nightwings. Welcome.
I can request 3 hands max. So
conduct
are you,
the
like, as of
rites.
today, more of a sap or crone person?
Ooh, that's a tough one. See, I think if you were to track the Excel sheet, I probably have better results with SAP, but I think if you're asking me like what my soul likes, I think it's gotta be Crone.
So then, should we, at the very end, once the rite is over, should we say how well people made those guesses? When do we want to sort of have our reality check?
Right.
Or after every
Don't-
individual pick we could? I don't know.
Right, I don't think I need a hint for this first pick.
Exile.
So it's prayer beads on Zoxion? Is that what you took, Makos, there?
Yes.
Okay. Then it was Vorfrit. What talisman was it on that one, I wrote her? It was a speed, right? Tailwind Crest, I think?
Yes, Tailwind Quest. Band of Imp is definitely one of the options here. Given that I've already put Tailwind Crest on the crown, probably not here. How do we do this? It's definitely the option to do that, and it's also sometimes I've seen you somewhat often pick. But I don't think you have like the definite defensive exile. Some like hybrid imp stuff or nomad. Sometimes sub guardian field, but not that often with crone, I don't think. It's So let's go with this.
And I assume, you know, obviously you could take any nomad in this situation, but I assume to the extent possible, you guys should also try to
I
think...
haven't paid attention to what
okay,
like
fair
the
enough.
preferred character is. I just my twist on it. Vengeful Vows, like, there's like not that definite talisman on Nomad, like, but like Vengeful Vow, I think nowadays common pick. I don't think there's like the big preference on my causal side which talisman goes on the Sacred Bond Nomad. Let's go with this.
Okay, so Exploding Nomad. Rotor thinks that's one of Makos's favorites. Makos goes Banishing Quick Throws on Vids.
So you know, I haven't seen you often pick. So like, what I think about like, do you often play? Like, it has been a while since I've seen you play Crone. I know that you used to pick it more often, I think, and you wanted to go back to it. So I don't recall if you picked Worm with it pretty often. You did do the core composition with Worm third, I think, sometimes. Not sure if it's the favorite, but like Crone somewhat restricts what comes after, I think.
I think you make an interesting point there as well, that just because you see someone play a certain setup a lot doesn't necessarily mean that that's their
why
favorite.
I asked the first question. I also some. Okay, do you then kind of in the second for secondary offensive? Do you nowadays prefer zoning or speed?
I would say in this case, I would probably prefer something that throws good. So a little more zoning.
I think that was my hunch. So it wasn't sub first, but it will be sub third. I think against that would be like matchup dependent. Against Celestial Spike, it would definitely go all the way left.
Okay, and now Makos, as a reminder, I believe you still have all 3 of your hints if you would like to use those.
I do. But I'm trying to be a gamer right now.
He's dialing in.
So I know there was a time where this is unequivocally 100% the next pick, but this man has started to run this guy a lot more, and I don't know if that means this is now the new favorite or if this is just the new hotness.
Was that a question or was it just thinking?
I'm mostly thinking out loud.
Okay.
So
choose.
I'm gonna say, since I see him doing it a lot more now, I'm gonna say this is the new favorite. I'm locking it in.
Okay, and before you actually lock in everything and start the match, do we want to talk about how close people came before we actually start the match, or do we want to do that after?
Sure.
All right, this is what you're going with?
This is what I'm going with.
Okay. How'd you guys do?
Everyone wants to start?
I'll go. Yeah, I rated it pretty good. I would have. I probably. Crone definitely on lead is kind of what I'm trying to make happen nowadays. Love the sap with the quick throwing. That's something I've been trying to do a lot more as well. Full left side was a good pick too. The Nomad was interesting because I actually think I'd suck with Nomad. That one for me, honestly, if I was leading with Crone, I'd almost always put Bird on that pick, or else Bird and Crone would be swapped. I've kind of do that, but
yeah, I thought about it. It was also one line of maybe you like still think Worm is something you'd like to play, and then probably with Sacred Bond makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
but
I wasn't quite sure about the third one.
But if I'm gonna take a nomad, it is usually that build. I like the 2 and 2 plus the blow up, so pretty good.
Nice. And on Makos's side, we can't see character by character anymore, but we had this on Dalbert.
Yeah, I know what he picked. I would say Harp is definitely a good pick. I do like my Harps. I still like them. I'm not playing them as much as of now. Salute is fine. I do like both Harp versions. I think something I would pick. I wouldn't have picked Kerford here because not with this comp, because I would like to have a more reliable defensive option, because Demon's somewhat slow with Celestial Spike.
Your choice.
Like an individual, these are all three things that I like to pick. Demon with Salute, I'm not actually quite sure about that myself. If I would pick Star Splinter there, because Haven Crest usually has more momentum with Salute. So I'm not quite sure if I would pick it in this combination, but individually, they're fine. I think if I pick Salute, I probably don't pick her. If I picked a half of Salute, I probably don't pick her. Like, if I play too offensive, then I want something reliably defensive. But mostly, I think this checks out.
So like a Raji, I think, was something else Makos was considering in the last
probably
spot.
an Imp here more. But
Yeah, that's what I was torn between.
But overall, I
But
think
this
pretty
was
good
the
guesses for
worst.
both of you. Not bad.
I know we did play quite a bit by now. So, just a little bit.
This is a fun request.
Okay.
I like this one.
Yeah, well done.
Yes, I do like this one too.
All right,
Do
shall we
want
start
to
then?
get this started?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
Right.
So I wrote her playing as Makos, Makos playing as I wrote her, in a way. We'll see how they like their opponent's usual go-to team styles. As it is, Makos getting us started with a 15 damage Kerr throw. A lot of action happening next to Makos's Pyre, despite the orb being closer to Iroder's, but Iroder currently able to get the orb with no one back defensively on Makos's side after Iroder got all those banishments, so 30 damage from that. Now Makos avoids the exploding sapling, gets in here for 20 damage Harp Plunge, and I believe he took Prayer Beads, yes.
The true Nightwing's Pyre.
Oh, some of the voices lines.
Quench the fires of
There's a 20 damage Kerr Plunge. Obviously no Prayer Beads on Delbert, that's what Hamatha, or rather Zoxiana has for Makos, but Makos defenseless now. So time for Iroder to charge up a Crone Throw.
devious maneuver. The true
Oh,
Nightwing's
and the
purpose
Crone
is gained in
Salute
the age.
here for Iroder. Talk about uncontested scoring opportunities, and that drops Makos down to just 10 Pyre Life. So one score, very likely all that Iroder would need. But can he make something happen here with Palmas? Not on that occasion.
To the last.
Makos waits for the Exiles to come back so that he can once again start jumping and throwing. Comes up just a little bit short on that occasion, except the orb is basically right on top of Iroder's Pyre. So as soon as Makos picks it up, it's an immediate plunge, and with that follow-up, it is Makos taking the win.
GG.
True
GG indeed.
I feel surprised that the Crone didn't win
thought
this
for
race.
certain they would not.
Was throwing me off a bit.
The right is
I mean,
ended.
technically you won, so
That's true.
It
We're all
doesn't
winners
matter.
here.
I just won by
Until
Tailwind
the next
Crow,
right.
Crest Crone doesn't win this race.
Which it was what? Tailwind,
To the
Crest,
orb.
Crone on one side. Who was on the other side in the lead?
Like
Harp.
all
Harp.
left side
Okay.
Harp. Maybe Harp was faster than I remember, or like the
Harp
like
is
part
fast.
in the middle screws with the acceleration. Not quite sure.
If you're spamming
You were
the
also-
dash on that harp, It's quick.
You were also playing with one of my builds, so I think by default you lose a few brain cells that way.
Oh no. I mean, it's definitely they're not the playstyles that you guys are probably most accustomed to, but it's interesting to see.
I just like to press buttons. That's why Crone is sick for me.
Lilac, I don't think I can see exactly how many requests any individual person has remaining, so I could not tell you. But let us know if there is anything we'd like to see for the next one. That one was iRotor taking what he thought Mikas's favorite team was, and then vice versa. Okay, we do have another Exiles request here. Random, wait. Huh? Random arena from a team. It's just when you have an exile request and the first thing you say is random arena, you're throwing me off a bit here. Form a team of the race that works worst on that arena. Must be 3 of the same race. Okay, so basically, you're picking a team based on the arena, and it is whichever class you think is worst for that given arena. And yeah, Blood Princess, no worries. I see your customize off. It came in just after that one from Lilac, so we can do it in the following match. Okay, and Blood Princess, we can combine your customize off with the servant intro if you'd like to get a 2-for-1 bundle there. Okay, so let's roll with this, see where we end up, because that's going to be the primary factor.
The withdrawn shall
Interesting.
confront
Okay, so it's the Pit of
the
Malith.
true knight.
Very small arena. Circular shape. We'll see what the players think is the worst class in this arena, as it means they might have different interpretations, but whichever class they pick, they have to pick 3 of that class for their team. So if, for example, I wrote or you thought that, say, worms were the worst on this arena, that means you would go 3 worms for your team here, or whichever class you think fits that description. I'm not sure what the answer would be on this occasion. So Rotor says it's Kurz. We'll see if Mikas agrees.
I don't know enough about all right, because it's interesting because a harp by itself is pretty good, but 3 harps just blow on this map because you have to take 3 harps. You know what? Doggo time.
It's just the mix of you don't have enough space to maneuver, and you don't have any presence, or worms at least can pick cast masteries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not sure what I expected you guys to take. I suppose I'm maybe not that surprised to see that it's Kurz, but I don't know what I would have expected other than that.
And plus it is somewhat short, but it's easy to play around first here because you don't have any space.
I mean, take the book for example. It's a somewhat similar arena, also very small. The shape is obviously a bit different though, but we do see some people voluntarily taking Kurz somewhat regularly on the book. So from that standpoint, it's, I guess, a little bit surprising.
Yeah, but the book is more vertical.
Mm-hmm. It definitely is, yeah.
For vertical space. You can have more angles to approach. And the Pyre is in this narrow at the end. Yeah.
But what about the wall bouncing? Let's see if anyone resorts to that here. The Titan Tooth? Was that a double Titan Tooth? Oh, it was. Okay. Just take a quick break. We'll be back in a minute.
The withdrawn
And it is Macoss getting us started with a 20 damage Cur Plunge.
Into the adversary.
And make that Cur Plunge number 2. Now Iroder with the answer, and this could be a quick match as the Curs, like Iroder was saying, not a lot of presence to work with here. So maybe not a ton in the way of defense in this match. Though I think we did see Macoss take a little more presence on that Cur, because you can see, what is it, Dalbert has what seems to be a larger aura. Well, here is Dalbert. Plunges here. But now no Dalbert. Titan Tooth, once again, stunning Iroder. And now this time may have been the double Titan Tooth that we saw before, yep. That time it's just Macoss who's stunned, so opportunity here for Iroder. Remember that those Cur throws cap out at 15 damage, whereas the plunges cap out at 20, so that can, at times, prove to be a significant difference maker. As now with that plunge, that is the difference, is now one score, one plunge is all that Macoss needs, but a throw would be insufficient. Whereas the same cannot be said for Iroder because one of his scores came via a throw rather than a plunge. But opening here for Macoss.
Chi-Chi.
Plunges in for the win.
Had to hope that with Taven Quest I could reach that off before Titan Tooth, but didn't work out that way.
The rite is done.
Chi-Chi. Well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the stars.
So how were the Curs on that arena? Did it feel like, okay, yep, that was the right pick. These are not the best characters for this arena?
I mean, the Curse cannot block Curse very well, so it plays somewhat better than against basically everything else.
Alright, well we do have Customize Off and Sermon Intro for this one from Blood Princess. So that, of course, means randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans, and we're going to get thrown straight into the action here without seeing what the setups are. So why don't we get it started? It's the Isle of Kael'mar.
Come, exiles. You are gathered at the Isle of Kael'mar. At stake here in this rite is your salvation. Prevail and earn the favor of the scribes. The withdrawn, stand prepared.
Alright, straight into the action we go. It's double harp, and that might be Oralek for Iroder. It is. And it's a crone, a worm, and an imp for Macoss. See what else we can figure out about these teams. Look at that maneuver from Macoss. Good old-fashioned 360 in and around the defender, setting up the score. Macoss confirms there's a stunning claim. Also, Iroder confirms he has a cursed talisman. He cannot pick up the orb with at least the first of his harps. That's probably not something he's all that thrilled to see. Oh, also a cursed talisman. It's Customized Off. It's 2 cursed talismans. For Macoss, it's the one that has the chance of turning his worm into a defenseless howler, and that was the case there. Not much he could do to stop Iroder's score. Bright Wisp, I didn't catch who that was there in that exchange. But now everyone down on Iroder's side, so time for 15 damage imp throw for Macoss. Webbed Lanthorn, I think that was on Macoss's Vorfrit. And Vorfrit plunging now for 25. That's actually telling. That means Macoss is all the way on one side of the tree with that crone, as we get a 21 damage throw from Iroder's Oralek. The reverse throw is unblockable, and it does land for the full 15. That means 1 score potentially sufficient for Macoss, but it is contingent upon that score being from Vorfrit. Not sure if anyone else has sufficient damage here. Meanwhile, though, that's Iroder throwing in for 12 with Orlek. And Zoxiana may not be able to pick up the orb, but she's doing a lot defensively here. Throw for 13 for Makos, and although that may not have been enough, it is significant because now any character has enough damage for Makos, no longer needs to be Vorfrit to finish the job. As here comes Tizo, and his throw, he's pushed off the mark, and yet still, it lands.
They're like the worst harps ever. I don't think they had anything useful.
No, that was really bad roll for you.
That was a bit unfortunate.
Thus end this
GG.
night's proceedings.
Alright, well let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. Also, let us know if anyone else is interested in getting in. I know at one point both Lilac and potentially Murph had expressed interest. Meanwhile, I'll just set us back to our defaults here. If we don't have anything in mind, then of course we can just leave this one up to the players. And not immediately seeing any requests, so maybe we will leave this up to the players to go with whatever they'd like.
The withdrawn shall take on the true Nightwings. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
So all up to you guys to go with whatever team compositions you see fit, and it's a Bright Wisp saluting Ulmer in the first spot for Iroder. Makos goes Nutrition Stick on Manly. It's a right light on Raji, so that is some rekindling, a little bit unconventional rekindling from Iroder, but don't forget about that. Murph, are you potentially able to get in soon? Yeah, also the fact that Lilac is specifically saying I want Murph and Makos to play against each other, is this because you have some specific request that you are saving just for a Murph and Makos showdown? Or are you just looking for a battle of the M's? I mean, we saw a request from Lilac earlier that had something to do with the starting letter of the Exiles and the Talismans, but nothing yet having to do with the starting letter of the players. Who knows? It's a speedy messenger imp in the last spot for Makos.
The orb is taken. Begin.
Oh, and some quick plays here with that saluting Savage for Iroder. It's an 18 damage throw from Ulmer. But it's actually Makos getting to the orb first there.
Ferocity unbridled.
But Pamitha banished on her attack. There's the Bright Wisp activating, automatically passing the orb back to Vizpaleth when Ulmer got banished. But Makos, once again, back with it. Thought about going with Manly. Instead went with Pamitha, but Pamitha went down. And now it is Iroder throwing in for 20. Ulmer getting aggressive, sacrificing himself in order to set up Vizpaleth. Here she comes, in with a 30 damage throw.
Into the fire. The orb is up.
Makos first the orb again, but also first to go down here. The throw intercepted though. Makos back in possession. Moving in now with Pamitha. Switches in, oh, but unable to blink in with Manly on that occasion. Vanishing throw from Vizpaleth. Takes out one of the defenders, make it two. And on the third throw, scores for 30. That drops McCoss down to 2 Pyre life. McCoss does have a sap, but I don't remember to what extent he took rekindling. Remember, we did see our rotor take 20 rekindling from a talisman, despite not having any saps. When McCoss tried to get sneaky there, Fate flying in, and then instead went the ground route. But our rotor still able to get the stop. But it's back with McCoss. Manly one side, Panther the other. It's Pamitha to deliver the 20 damage blow here. And with Prayer Beads, she is back. Messenger Imp, and now Pamitha again switches into Messenger Imp, but he goes down, does set up a portal, but now McCoss defenseless, at least until Manly makes his return. Manly sacrifices himself, but here is Vizpaleth. And it is 50 rekindling for McCoss, so plenty of Pyre life still.
Someone grasp the orb.
Vizpaleth. Down she goes. McCoss winning the orb relatively close to our Rotor's Pyre, but our Rotor does get it back.
Engulfed within the orb.
Vizpaleth again. Oh, McCoss got that orb just as our Rotor was about to reclaim it in front of McCoss's Pyre. Palmer, one side, Vizpaleth the other. Vizpaleth. McCoss sacrifices a character or two, but in doing so, gets the orb back and prevented Rotor from scoring there. Can McCoss turn it into a score? He can. It's 25 damage from his Imp. No Prayer Beads there, though, so it's no Messenger Imp in this round for McCoss in that case, and that means no one back defensively at the moment. So time for Rotor to throw that in for 30. Of course, we have already seen McCoss's rekindling, so this 20 life is all McCoss is going to get. It means one score, potentially all that Rotor needs. We know Vizpaleth has enough. Almer potentially has enough. I don't know if he took enough damage on Raji. The orb inadvertently hits McCoss's Pyre, bounces back out, and it almost gave McCoss enough time to get the stop there, but Rotor still finishes it with that plunge.
Adversaries confidently thwarted.
GG.
The rite is complete.
Well played, you two. Alright. Let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And it sounded like Murph is available to get in soon. Do we have
I can
anyone?
switch out.
Okay. Do you guys want to do one more? Do you want to swap now? How are you feeling?
I don't mind.
I'm down to play one more if Rotor wants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't we do one more then between these two, and then Murph, if that works for you, we can swap you in for Rotor after that. What's up, Chewing Dragon? How's it going? Works for Murph? Perfect. Okay, so is there anything we'd like to see still between Rotor and McCoss today? Or do we want to leave this one up to the players? What do you mean I'm out of exile requests? Oh no, was the whole plan to save an exile request for McCoss and Murph, and now we have to go to plan B.
I know what Lilac wants us to do. I can gentleman that in for us.
Okay.
Lilac is trying to troll me.
Except Chewing Dragon comes in with an exile request and says, Lilac here, take my request. At least on this occasion, it does seem as though that functionally gives Lilac the request.
Hey, let's talk about request. Reminds me. That's something I have to do. A very important thing I have to do.
Oh. I like to save this request for when Murph and McCoss play. Okay. Oh, yes. I don't know if we've heard it yet today by Rotor. Okay, it seems like that's going to be all. Lilac is banking that request for once we get the McCoss-Murph matchup. Say that 3 times fast.
The withdrawn versus the true
Okay,
night
I cannot do the
wings.
core comp here. It's
Welcome.
the worm.
Not with that
Well,
attitude, you
Shall
can't.
conduct the rites.
I could, maybe I could. Wait, maybe I can actually. Let's put a. Let's try this for chain.
Bertrude.
Okay. Saluting, quick throwing Bertrude for Iroder.
With the vital pounce. You love to see it.
Yeah, bit of an unusual choice there. Cost goes Prayer Beads Pamitha.
Headwind.
Exploding Headwind for Iroder. Uh-oh. Chat may be uprising against me.
Ignarius.
To Speedy Ignarius. Ores Scale Gilman is the final choice for Iroder. Oh, heads up, you have a hangover. Actually, if you want, I'm just curious. If you go there for a second, go back to, who was it? Can you just throw a Scribe Snuff to humor me? Does it change your quickness? Okay, it doesn't. Alright. On the off chance that it worked. I was just curious, but
Would
okay,
have
confirmation.
surprised me if it worked.
Yeah. There we go. Web Lanthorn on Tizo. And this likely to be our last matchup between Iroder and Makoss for today. Oh, Makoss ever so close, sets up the portal right next to Iroder's Pyre, but did not get the score he was looking for, and now it is Makoss defenseless. So it's Iroder flipping the script, throwing that one in for 25. And a series of exchanges there in the middle. It is Makoss who emerges, plunging for 20 here with his harp. And Pamitha did have prayer beads. She has returned, although does go down there. Quick save there from Tizo. Pamitha tried to harp push her way through, but actually was unable to make it happen. And I wrote her just enough time to get the Crone throw in for 25. Pamitha switches in, but Ignarius goes down before he can plunge. I wrote her. Quick with the worm. That time it's a 15 damage throw. Catch you later, Chewing Dragon. Thanks for stopping by. There's the switch that Makoss was looking for earlier. Set up the higher damage plunge from Ignarius. Now it is just Tizo, though Tizo gets the Web Lanthorn banishment, and that sets up Pamitha. And that drops Iroder down to 30, which means at least Ignarius would have enough damage here for Makoss. Anyone else would fall a little bit short, but there is Ignarius. There are the finger guns, and that is the win.
I think there's some precise aiming you can do to trigger Vital Pounce, but not to be on the other exile.
Okay.
The rite is done.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, if we were to ever make modded changes to specific masteries that were severely underused to make them, you know, more viable, it feels like Vital Pounce might be on the top of that list in terms of, is there some way we can make that more worthwhile?
Let her jump 5 times when you put it on. That'd be
Right.
sick.
Even then, I don't know. Well, surely that would be enough, right? But otherwise, it just feels like there's never really a situation in which we see people voluntarily take that mastery without immediately following it up by using a scribe snuff to get rid of it. All right. Well, I think we may be looking to get Murph in here, if that still works.
Thanks for the ride.
GG's,
Yeah, thanks, Iroder.
Thanks for stopping by. Murph, are you GG's? Are you ready for an invite? Yep. Okay. Invite on its way. Oh, and Chewing Dragon had a parting gift as well. To have Lilac take an arena request as well. An arena other than the boat, apparently. But, how's it going, Murph? How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Pyre Hearts today?
Pyre Hearts today.
Alright. You'll love to see it.
More like the Pyre farts.
Whoa, whoa, we will not stand for
Every
that.
time.
We will not stand for that Pyre Heart slander, thank you very much.
He wouldn't say that to Sir Marsh.
To who?
Alright, do we have any requests for this one? I know we have... Lilac is banking a couple of requests. Are we breaking those out immediately, or do we want to give these two a little bit of a warm-up first? Or obviously, Makas has had plenty of matches today, but this would be Murph's first of the day. Seems like Lilac might be
We
breaking
have
them out right off
talismans
the
off
bat.
for some reason.
Oh, what's that?
But I guess maybe I said talismans are off right now,
Oh.
it looks like. But I guess a request may have them off anyway, so
That
maybe
is
I shouldn't
true.
even called it out.
We'll see. We do have a sermon intro on. No warm-up, only pain. Okay, you know, that's great to hear.
Okay.
Love that. Alright, so we await... Lilac was talking about having something planned from the get-go, so we'll see what this
I think I have
entails.
an idea, maybe.
Okay, for exiles, all harps, the arena is the boat.
Yeah.
All harps for both players. Okay. No masteries. Oh.
Oh.
Okay. I was gonna say that this did not seem as much of a twist as I expected it to be, but now it starts to make a little more sense. No masteries. Anything else? Maniacal laughter, yes. But that's it. Okay, so all harps for both players. On the boat, no masteries.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then Chewing Dragon comes in to add on top of that. All cursed talismans. Oh dear.
Okay.
So this is quite the warm-up for Murph. I mean, if you can if you can dodge a wrench, you
It's
can
just
dodge
like
a ball.
a
Murph.
regular team.
This is just the go-to.
Isn't
Yeah.
there a cursed talisman that Harp can't take?
Hear
Oh,
me,
I think you're right.
exiles. You heed the summons to the Hulk of Ores. You are gathered to conduct this rite. May further shame befall whomever fails. Pyre hearts, stand prepared. True Nightwings, stand ready.
Okay, they are also saying Black Hoof on the first of the harps. So which one is it that the harps cannot take? Because I think you're right. Oh, hold on.
I have lost my controls.
If you press the pause button, sometimes that...
Nothing.
No luck? Okay, why don't you try unplugging, replugging your controller, and then if that doesn't work, we can do the remote play shuffle. Oh, there we go.
Unplug, replug worked. Let's go. Harp. And I cannot take a black
Oh,
claw.
and Black Claw's wait, no, Black Hoof was the one they wanted you to take in the first spot. Black Claw is not takeable on the harps. So that
at what the
chat
Black
has
Hoof does.
acknowledged. They haven't specified whether that means you just don't take a talisman in that last harp spot, or if that means you can take whatever talisman you want.
Have we reached a verdict?
We have not seemed to... well, hold on. Bottled Void for the last. Okay. Bottled Void is the other one. There you go. Just what you guys were looking for, I'm sure.
Exile.
Alright, well... Not exactly sure what we are about to witness here. Theoretically, it's triple harp for both players. No masteries. Cursed talismans plus the canned singularity. How this plays out, your guess is as good as mine. 1/3 of the exiles here, of course, cannot pick up the orb. Also, those
Oh, yeah.
lightly colored harps. It's a little hard to distinguish them, to be honest with you.
What the fuck?
I was just trying to figure out whose harp was whose, and I was not sure. But here is Macaws, throwing it in for 20.
Threw it in. The pyre on each side burns just
Now
as
Murph, speeding in for a 20 damage plunge. And I feel like one thing that people are so used to with the harps is the getting the extra speed. They have a lot of speed from their masteries, and getting at least some of them is almost always something that people opt to do. So, especially when you are not sprinting with the harp, just the base movement speed is fairly slow. The sprint is still quick, as Murph demonstrates there with that plunge. Obviously, no prayer beads for anyone in this match, so any plunge means that character is not going to be available in the subsequent round. Now it's Macaws with the plunge.
into the adversary's claim. All banished
Everyone down on Macaws' side, so time for Murph to throw this one in.
far. The rite is nearly ended.
Whoa, that was interesting. Oh, goodness. A little bit of harp boat magic there. I'm pretty sure that, yes, we did also just get Murph transforming into a howler. So it's a speedy howler, but unfortunately, that howler cannot do anything defensively. Although Murph plunges in for the win with that howler. GG.
Perhaps they do deserve their freedom after all.
That was so much fun.
Well played, you two. Making the most out of a tricky setup there. Hey, I mean, if you can score with howlers, then it's no big deal, right? Alright, well, let's reset ourselves. Anything else I'm forgetting? No, I think that's it. Okay, but now Blood Princess is turning Customize off for this one, so randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans. Could still do an arena, could still do a song, but otherwise, most of the other things are accounted for here. Not seeing any of that, though. Oh, my favorite song. I think my answer is...
Tread lightly, Lids.
Careful now. Careful now. I mean, the safe bet, I feel like you can go any of the Never to Returns is a safe bet, right? But my favorite is probably might be Path to Glory. It might be Path to Glory. Okay, no, Lilac, you cannot circumvent the cooldowns or request limits by highlighting your message instead of doing the actual request. It doesn't work that way. I see what you did. Alright, why don't we head in here? Hey, you're the one trying to break the rules. Alright, let's see what we end up with here. Oh, goodness.
Oh my god.
That's a pretty big team there. For Murph, that's an Oralek, an Ignarius, and a Pamitha. Meanwhile, here is Makos plunging in for 20 with a Harp of some variety. It was Pamitha, along with Almer and Bertrude are the other two.
That was the last of them.
Murph gets the banishment there, and I think we saw he had the first mastery on the right side that gives a little bit of speed after getting a banishment with that harp. And was that a Stubborn Flame as well for Makos there?
All of the true
It
night
might
winds
have
will
been.
go.
Perhaps we'll get some confirmation here.
Flame is stricken.
Celestial Spike for 20, and if that was from Iggy, he would usually max out at 30, and so if that was a short throw, then maybe no Celestial, or rather, no Stubborn Flame, but if that was truly his cap, then probably was Stubborn Flame, as meanwhile, Makos plunges in with Almer, no prayer beads there, so he's gone in this round. Everyone down, though, on Makos' side, and okay, that time the full 30 damage. So maybe that was just a coincidence in that case. Doesn't seem as though there is Stubborn Flame. 20 damage, Harp Plunge for Makos. Ooh, but Murph loses Oralek there, and that is a long wait for his return, except everyone down, once again on Makos' side. So time
Has gone in.
for Iggy to throw it in for 30, and that means one score may be all that Murph needs here. Of course, we never know definitively if anyone has a RITE Light Talisman, the one that gives 20 rekindling, because customize off, we don't see that until it happens, or until we've confirmed that everyone else on the team does have some other talisman, although I feel like we haven't seen that many of them. Ooh, Oralek gets the banishment, sets up the plunge, and with no rekindling, Murph takes the win.
Their fire
GG.
burns,
GG.
whilst that of
GG.
their adversaries is but ash.
Orlek's kind of good, guys.
The ceremony
I think we should really look into this in the competitive scene.
I mean, sometimes with the customize off, though, it can backfire, because if you don't have the opportunity to set up a coordinated team around him, sometimes you just get stuck
That's
with that 30-second banishment time. And no way to make up for it. It does happen every once in a while, but obviously when it works, he's kind of good. All right, well, we will reset here. More request ideas, but running out of requests. I mean, of course, you can always save some of them for subsequent weeks. Not seeing anything request-wise right now, so maybe for this one, we'll just leave it up to Murph and Makos to go with whatever they'd like.
Excellent.
No doubt, Makos was twirling the evil mustache as he said that.
hearts shall now face the true night wings.
Oh, on the blade.
Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
We can do it for the next one, Lilac, no worries, because we're already getting this one started up here. It's a speedy Tizo. Prayer beads Pamitha or Makos. Full rekindling on a Typhoon Bottle Volfred for Murph. And a Speedy Saluting Bertrude for Macaws. Prayer Beads Tamitha is the last choice for Murph. On Macaws goes a quick throwing Manly.
The orb is up. Begin.
Macaws versus the orb tries to set up that Manly, although the throw is off the mark, so now counterattack from Murph. His throw intercepted, and then it is once again, it's just back and forth. Wow, end-to-end stuff here. But it is eventually Murph getting a 25 damage imp throw for our first score. What a very quick answer there from Macaws with a 30 damage Crone Plunge. But no prayer beads on Bertrude. She's gone in this round, but this time it's the Harp scoring for 20. And Tamitha did have prayer beads. Macaws moving in, but no time to charge up that throw. Murph with Tizo in the safety of that sapling aura.
So much for Volfred.
Charges up the throw, but actually intercepts, does Macaws, and then immediately passes over and plunges in with Bertrude.
Such chaos.
Everyone down on Macaws' side, but with the Numbing Gust, it slowed Murph down, but does eventually still find a way through, even without the ability to sprint or fly. Nifty maneuver there from Macaws, setting up the plunge, and there is the rekindling that we saw Murph take. It's 50 on the second life bar. Macaws now. Harp pushes in. That's 20 damage. Bertrude uses the Crone Salute, and with that throw, Macaws takes the win.
The true Night Wings prevail.
GG.
The rite
GG.
conducted with aplomb.
Well played, you two.
The ceremony is complete.
All right. Let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
It sounded like Lilac may have had one more idea. It's still on cooldown, no! Alrighty then, in that case, we may find ourselves doing another one in which it is just up to Murph and Macaws to take whatever they'd like.
You want to do an archetype, Murph?
Oh, we could do that if you guys want.
I'm down for that.
Let's do it.
Let me pull it up. Do I still have it up right now? Let me just open up the document where I wrote them all down real quick. Let's see. Here it is. Okay. So we have what? Murph is player one, right?
Yes.
So I'll roll for you first, Murph. Okay. 33 archetypes. And you got this one. Just send this over to you. Let's see. Murph. There you are. Okay. Murph, you have received your archetype. Let me roll for Macaws. Macaws, you're gonna get this one. As a reminder, these are archetypes to give you guys some direction with your teams. You don't necessarily need to go all in on them. Sometimes they're more having to do with your setup, whereas other times has to do more with your playstyle. But up to you to interpret them however you see fit. Okay. iRotor, do you want us to save that arena and do a double one? The arena plus that other request? Or do we still want to go for the ridge on this next one? Intention was to double up. Okay, gotcha. No worries. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions, any clarifying questions, but otherwise, the idea is to leave these at least a little bit open-ended so you guys can interpret them and execute them however you see fit. And it sounds like we will not have a specific arena for this one, and that may affect how you guys choose to set up a bit, so let's see where we end up. Oh, well, I heard an imp. It's the Isle of Kalamer. Definitely one of the more chaotic arenas.
Welcome.
So the players have their archetypes.
The rites.
They know what those archetypes are. Their opponents do not.
No way.
Count. Right? I have to remember what I'm actually doing with this build.
Murph, you're making me think like, oh man, did I send the right one? Do I need to double check?
I mean, I think Bottled Void is a respawn-based ability, no? There's a talisman and ability.
If you're trying to make her respawn, you want to go L1, L2, L4.
Yes, that's it. Web feed. Because hates web feed.
It's so ironic that you chose Bottled Void.
Uh-oh.
Alright, well they're both leading off with Bottled Voids of different varieties. So this should be very interesting. And it's an exploding deluge in the second spot for Murph.
How droll.
No way.
It's a deluge.
Are we on the same archetype?
It's possible. There are 33 archetypes. It's very. Hold on. Let me pull out a calculator. I'll run the numbers. What is the probability of you guys getting the same one?
Based on Murph's first question, I don't think we're on the same one.
Okay. I think
Well,
your
just-
team, so far at least, would fit my archetype.
We've,
Maybe better than my team.
There is a 1 in 1,089 chance that you have the same archetypes.
Yeah,
It's
that's pretty
possible.
likely. It probably happens.
Sir Gilman.
That is a 0.096% chance, in case anyone was wondering. Although I may have, I quickly did that. I may have missed a digit or a zero there, but something like that. It's very unlikely, but it is theoretically possible.
The true night wings make
Well, Lacoste is the one getting it started with a 15 damage plunge. Stowaway. Oh, started the throw, then thought otherwise. Here's McCaw's again. Worm versus worm. The throw is blocked. And Murph throws in for 15. I wrote her. Calm down now.
Remember
Alright, it's another 15 damage plunge this time for Murph. It means no Gilman in this round. Those imps are closing in on Murph's Pyre. It's getting awfully crowded in that area, and then an imp blocks Murph there from approaching Makos's Pyre, fittingly enough. But it is eventually an 8 damage worm throw for Murph. That's a big banishment, a big cast. But then Murph goes speeding in with a 15 damage worm plunge. Once again, Murph is just completely walled in by these imps. Makos. Oh, that time the imp messing with Makos, and then the stunning claim slows everything down, but time now for Makos, or maybe not, as the Can Singularity had something to say about that. But eventually, Makos does emerge and plunges in for 20 with Snadra. Another stunning claim there, slowing things down. There's the Can Singularity activating. And a few quick banishments. Messenger in. What happened there is a great description for double... Oh my goodness, for double Can Singularity matches, especially when the camera pans very suddenly across the screen. But it's a 21 damage throw for Makos. There is the false step activating for Murph. And oh no, the imp comes in and deflects the throw. So it does not hit the mark for Murph, and instead it's Makos throwing in for 15. There's the false step and the stunning claim. This is the combo that Murph is looking for, making the stowaway the only one able to move. That sets her up for a 20 damage throw. Here comes Makos. It's a 9 damage throw, although technically speaking, that is all that Makos needed to set up one more score, at least with Snadra, would now be enough. I don't remember if we saw Makos take any other forms of damage scaling on his other exiles. Ooh, nifty maneuver there, though, from Murph, setting up a 7 damage throw. High-flying stowaway. And does a little fake out there, reverse psychology. Rather than jumping in, just went under the defender, setting up that 20 damage plunge, but it means now no stowaway in this round for Murph. So Murph currently with just Gilman. And plunges with him for 15. And now we have ourselves what looks to be a sudden death match. One score from either player may be enough. Now, for Makos, it could depend on who it is that scores, because that 15 damage throw from the worm is insufficient, but now at this point, it is certainly true. One score from either player, any exile could do it. Oh, and Makos with a big portal plus Can Singularity play there, although Murph didn't like what he saw, so used the stunning claim to slow things down, but Makos plunges in with Snadra and takes the win.
These imps, man, I got 4 imps boxing me in.
They just would not move from your Pyre. Oh, GG.
Because you didn't take an imp.
It's true. They
True.
disapproved. Well, if you guys would like to share your archetypes, you are welcome to.
Oh, yeah.
As I may also double check which ones I sent to you to make sure they were the right ones.
Sam.
I got
Oh, go ahead.
ever present, so I had to take characters with either a high hope stat or have respawn based abilities.
Yeah, I had, we've actually seen this one before. I think Phaler had it against me one time, but I got cherry picking. So leave a character close to the opposing Pyre, even when you don't have the orb, that you can quickly pass the orb to that character and set up an easy score. So the idea was to, like, infiltrate with the imp, set up a portal, and then zip back there to, like, wake him
That
back up,
happens
pass it to
a couple
him. And,
times, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, those were some creative interpretations from both of you guys, to the extent that I legitimately was not sure if I sent you, either of you, the right teams. So I was like, I'm pretty sure I didn't say to do Bottled Void. Oh, well, GG. Let us know. Yeah, I think we did have Lilac have Ever Present once as well. But I mean, the hope is that when I was making these archetypes, the intention was for there to be several different ways to approach them. So I'm glad to see that even if we do start to see some people rolling the same archetypes, people interpret them in different ways. The matchup with the other team might still be different. The arena might change things significantly. So even if we see some things that are similar, there are hopefully still enough variables that things still are interesting and exciting.
Heck yeah.
Instead of music, Lids must play his Falcon Ron sounds video for the entirety of the rite. I don't know what you're talking about. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. Let us know if we could probably make that work. Let us know if there's anything else we would like to do for the next one. So obviously, as I was saying, there are 33 total archetypes, and eventually the more we do archetypes, we're going to start to see people getting the same teams that we've seen before. There are still several that have never seen the light of day at this point, though, I think. Let me see if I can track down Falcon Ron sounds. Falcon Ron, there it is. Okay, that means theoretically, guys, you will have 7 minutes and 52 seconds to finish this next match. That is the length of the Falcon Ron sounds video. Oh, also, go away advertisement. Okay. Falcon Ron sounds is loaded up and ready to go.
Falcon Ron gets ad space on YouTube. I'll never skip another ad again.
All right, then we have customize off with no masteries on the boat.
Okay.
Because why not? All right, I suppose in that case, I'm just gonna, since customize off is gonna immediately start us in the match, I'm gonna start Falcon Ron sounds just before I press the go button. All right. Oh, hold on. Falcon Ron, you're not loud enough. Wait. He's kind of quiet. Can you guys hear that? On stream, at least?
Let's say, yeah, I'm on Discord. I don't hear anything. I'm just on Discord, so I'm not the...
Yeah. I mean, I can hear it. I just don't know... You guys should be able to hear it. I just don't know over, like, the sounds of the rites. Once we're actually in the match, it might be kind of hard to hear. So we'll give it a go. But it may not be that noticeable. All right. Here goes nothing. Let's get started.
The Pyre arts.
Oh wait, it was supposed to be the boat, wasn't it? Hold on, I forgot. Reset Falcon Ron. We need all the time on Falcon Ron we can get. Okay. Now we go.
The Pyre arts.
Alright, so what do we end up with this time? It's, is that another Orlek? How many customize off Orleks have we gotten today? Feels like every customize off match has had Orlek. And no masteries, remember. We do have talismans, I think. But characters are theoretically a fair bit weaker than they would otherwise be. So it's Orlek, it's Raji the Imp who just plunged, and Udmilda, the crone, for Murph, and then for Macaws, it is Palmus the Sap, Soxiana the Harp, and Deluge the Worm. Ooh, some boat magic, helping to set up that plunge there from Orlek. Also, wait, we randomly got the Falcon Ron song as well.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. Alright, it's Udmilda. she goes down. Zoxiana vanished just before making it in. Murph. Messenger Imp gets cut off here. And Milda gets rid of Palmas. Makes a move. Oh, that was interesting. Some combination of boat magic and actually being pushed by the opposing harp, I think, were the factors at play there. Just the trajectory of that crone jump seemed a little out of the ordinary. Oh, and Macaws able to get that interception right in front of the Pyre, although on the second attempt, Murph able to plunge in with Orlek. And it may mean that one score is all that Murph needs here, although, well, actually, yes, we know that Macaws does not have any rekindling, at least of the Mastery variety. We could see some rekindling from the Talisman, but there is none. So with that plunge, Murph takes the win.
They overwhelmed their adversaries utterly.
GG.
GG.
The
I
right
got cooked.
is ended.
Play you two. Alright, let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
Alright, I'm gonna go turn Falcon Ron off. Goodbye, Falcon Ron.
How much more of the video did we have left?
Like 5 minutes.
Nice.
I think that might be every Falcon Ron line in the game.
He's got a lot of screen time.
He does. He does. Alright, is there anything else we're looking for in this next one? Lilac says nothing from me. Alright. Not seeing anything else. So maybe we leave this one up to Murph and Macaws. Yeah, does anyone else want to get in soon? I don't know. Lilac, I thought at one point you were expressing interest, right? Is that still the case?
Shall confront the true Nightwings. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Unplug and replug controller, maybe?
Oh, okay. Let me make sure I'm actually tabbed in. There we go. Okay, Lilac is still interested in getting in. Okay. Speedy Jody in the first spot for Murph. Speedy Messenger Imp in the first spot for Macaws. Exploding Deluge now for Murph. Titan Tooth Barker for Macaws in the second spot.
Well, I wasn't gonna run a bird, but now I'm gonna run a bird.
Titan Tooth with the Titan Tooth. Oh, I totally forgot about Iroder's request. I'm sorry, Iroder. I totally forgot about your request. Why don't we do them for the next one? Also because I may have forgotten what they were. My bad.
Begin.
Alright.
If Sync explodes on me.
Here is Messenger Imp, but there's the Titan Tooth. And it helps to set up Murph's 30 damage Demon Plunge.
Now to the flame.
Deluge, down he goes. Messenger Imp for Macaws, trying to sneak around. But does go down, sets up a dangerous portal though, if Macaws can get the orb back here. But instead it's Murph, plunging for 20.
Tis taken.
Ametha
Has doused the flame.
dashes in there for a 20 damage plunge, and with prayer beads, she is back.
United.
Jody banishes the entirety of Macaws' team, helping to set up this 30 damage throw.
Throw it in.
It does drop Macaws down to 20.
End the ceremony.
Macaws here, though, with Barker, plunges for 20. Means no Barker in this round, though. Here comes Jody for Murph. Banishes one defender, then moves in
It's done.
and takes the win.
The Pyre hearts prevail.
GG.
They vastly
GG.
outperformed their adversaries. The rite is complete.
All right. Why don't we head on back and remind ourselves as to what iRotor's requests were,
Until
because
the stars
somebody,
align.
Lids, forgot about them. It was Ridge of Gold with the composition you are best with. Okay. Your best teams
Interesting.
on the Ridge of Gold. And then, given how I think Lilac is still looking to get in, maybe we'll swap Lilac in after that. So we still have time for some matches for Lilac. Okay. For this one, Ridge
I
of
have to
Gold.
think about what my actual best team is.
Yeah. And might be influenced to a certain extent by Ridge of Gold, although of all the arenas, I feel like this one might be the most neutral.
Yeah. I was just talking about that last friendly session we were running.
I feel like it's probably this and maybe the Spring are the two that I think of where there isn't a lot that you do specifically to plan around this arena.
The true night wings.
Hold on, let me double check. Did iRotor have a Titan Stars request to go along with that?
Who shall conduct the rite?
Let me make sure I'm actually getting this right, because I forgot about it initially. Okay, so iRotor says, and I quote, for the one after, Ridge of Gold. Okay, check on that. Do your worst. Play. Okay, the Titan Stars request was play the composition you are best with. Okay, so we did that. We did that.
Okay.
Or at least that's what we are doing here.
Oh. Controller.
1 second.
Unplugging.
Am I tabbed in? There we go.
I'm back.
Okay, perfect.
Well, I think it's probably this one. Well, probably this one, actually.
Murph says Titan Tooth Pamitha is the lead. Of course, Macaws goes with almost the same thing, just opts for prayer beads instead. And a Super Portal Web Lanthorn T-Zone, the second spot for Murph. Whereas Macaws goes Speedy, saluting Bertrude.
Oh,
Oh,
Jody
yeah,
is
Hangover, look out.
Hangover.
And Speedy Ignarius. That's Murph's final choice. Whereas Macaws goes Quick Throwing Manly. So this is what they say are their best teams
Now begin.
in what, as we were just saying, is a fairly neutral arena. It doesn't really influence the team composition one way or another all that much, so we'll see how they fare in this type of showdown. Is Murph getting aggressive with the Imp, trying to clear out some space with some banishments, although Murph blocked. Switches back into Tizo, though. Gets a quick 9 damage throw in. Oh, except Macaws breaks out that Crone Salute.
It's not what I wanted to do. That was supposed to be the bird.
Well, Macaws does still get the 30 damage score from it, but it sounds like the timing was not what he was looking for. There is the Harp Salute, switching places with a teammate. Meanwhile, Ignarius moves in and plunges in for 30 damage. Macaws, no time to throw. Hamatha, down she goes. Hamatha for Macaws, banished once more. But Macaws getting aggressive here with Manly. Oh, uses that little hill very effectively, although Murph able to get the stop and able to get the counterattack here, plunging in for 20. Hamatha swapped into Bertrude, but Murph back in possession with Ignarius. Piggy blocked and banished, and no one up on Murph's side, at least until Tizo makes his return. But Hamatha able to plunge for Macaws. Prayer beads on her, she's back. But there's the Titan Tooth from the opposing Hamatha. So Macaws handled the stun and now plunges in for 30 damage with Bertrude. She's now gone in this round. Iggy for Murph. Down he goes. Harp versus Harp. Everyone down on Macaws' side, but the Numbing Gust / Typhoon Bottle slows Murph down, but Murph's still able to get the plunge here. Now it does drop Macaws to 20 Pyre Life. However, Macaws does have a sap. May have taken some rekindling. We've seen him take a lot of rekindling in some of his previous matches, but none here. So that plunge means Murph takes the win.
GG.
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 Was there an extra explosion in one of the pyres? I didn't notice.
I did not see one.
Until the next rite.
Okay, well I know it's starting to get a little bit late, and I know Lilac was interested in getting in before we wrap things up in full. Something exploded at Murph's pyre. Yeah, I didn't notice. But does anyone mind swapping out so that we can get Lilac in for a bit here before we wrap things up?
I've been playing longer. I can swap out.
Alright, no worries. Well,
Sure.
GG's Macaws. Thanks for stopping by.
Always. Thank you, sir.
Catch you later. Okay, and Lilac, if you are ready, I can send you the invite now. Should be on its way. Put me in, coach.
Hello.
Hey, Lilac. How's it going?
Welcome.
It is going. I got the invite.
You did? Okay, perfect. Have you actually loaded it? There we go, okay. Which team would you like to be today, Lilac?
Because Chewing Dragon is not here, I think I shall be Dissidents this
Okay.
week.
Okay.
He's not here to put a curse upon me.
Oh, I see.
Also, are you able to hear me adequately?
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay, cool. Because I think I've like turned down my mic sensitivity a while ago.
I think you sound fine. Hey, Anor, how's it going?
Hello.
Okay, there we go. And
Who
is
wants to
there
put me in a world of pain today?
is there anything we'd like to see for this first match between Murph and Lilac's first match of the day, or are we feeling merciful and gonna give Lilac a chance to warm up? Or is turning customize off.
There we go.
Randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans. Look at that. Lilac approves. Best warm-up there is, indeed. We've had some interesting customize off teams today, some of which have been quite powerful. So
Bring him back. Give me Orlek.
let us see how we fare this time around.
Give me the lack.
I mean, at this rate, I would not be surprised to see both of you get Orlek.
How many exiles are in this game? Do like the same odds as getting the same archetype twice?
That's a good
3
question.
times? Probably not, because there's 3 exiles every time. I have no controls.
Oh, let's just make sure.
doing
It
a
seems like the
quick
unplug
unplug,
replug has been
replug.
working well. Yeah, why don't we try that?
Selection this time. Not seeing anything move here, but it did pop up and say hold back to do something.
Okay, let's just take a second and see.
Oh,
Good
no.
now? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Do you guys want me to give you a countdown, or do you just want to go from here?
Oh,
I take that to mean maybe we just go from here then.
rerun it.
The orbs unclaimed again.
All right. Well, as we were saying, our first matchup of the day between Murph and Lilac's first matches of any sort thus far.
Too bad for
And we have the randomized teams, which, of course, we got a little distracted there. But for Murph, it's Barker, the Cur, Volfred the Sap, and Tamitha the Harp. Whereas it's double Savage plus an Imp for Lilac. So no Orlex on either side. I'm astonished. I thought we had set a pretty strong Orlek precedent before.
that boy, Parker.
Lilac pushing aggressively here with Tizo. Tizo does get banished, but does set up a dangerous portal. Tamitha now for Murph. Sidesteps one defender, switches in to Barker. So Murph confirms to have the Harp Salute.
Banished from this place.
But no prayer beads on Barker, so he is now gone in this round. Here's Volfred. Setting up the throw. The Saps do have the longest base throwing range of any class. That's cutting it a little close, and Lilac does seem to be in position, so Murph is thinking about it, but opts not to go that route. Tamitha, blocked, and actually ends up in the lava, which is actually a good thing for Murph, because that means only a 2-second
Oh, no.
respawn time.
It's not good for me.
Probably not what Lilac would have had in mind, but it's just a rare situation in which landing in the lava is technically a good thing. Here's Tamitha.
It's like a hot tub. It invigorates you.
Exactly. And here is Tamitha after taking a little moment in that hot tub. Likewise with Tizo. Tamitha plunges here.
Under the searing flame.
Exploding sapling plays for Murph. Everyone down at least momentarily on Lilac's side. Barker finds his way through.
Burning flame to ash.
Tizo now for Lilac. Over to Almer. Just barely catches that exploding sapling. And now time for the plunge with the sap. It's 25 damage there.
No more
And it just made me think, just made me wonder, have we ever seen a customize off that gave prayer beads on a sap? I feel like it's happened once before. That was not, did not happen on this occasion, but I feel like it has happened once before. Barker plunges in, and with that score, Murph emerges victorious.
Their adversaries must be crying tears of shame.
GG.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
All right, let's head on back. And let us know, chat,
Until the stars align.
if there is anything we would like to see for the next one. That was a customize off match. So at the very least, unless we hear otherwise, we will turn customize back on.
Oh, come on.
Lilac is just waiting for some devious
about-
request.
I was about to do customize off immediately after that, but then I remembered there's a cooldown.
Okay.
Don't worry, I don't have anything too devious.
All right. Well, I mean, then again, of course, at this point, whatever you request, you are subjecting yourself to, as well.
See, that's why I don't. That's why I make sure that I'm not there when I'm making these kinds of requests.
Oh. Why don't we get this one started? Oh, hold on. We could do that. We
What?
could do that, Murph.
What?
We can still make it happen.
Yes.
There's time. There's time for that. Lilac approves.
Thank you, Murph.
The Pyre Hearts shall take on the dissidents.
So the boat it shall be.
Welcome.
Everything else is up to you
Who
two to
shall
decide.
conduct the rites.
You ever have a piece of bread so good it dislocates your jaw?
Not sure I could
yet.
say that.
Barker.
But one day I hope.
Yeah. It's long been my dream.
I was eating some delicious French bread.
Oh,
and
okay.
It was like microwaved, but then after it cooled down, it got all tough and chewy, and so I was like trying to get a bite out of it, and I was like trying to bite it so much that it like almost dislocated my jaw, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm fine.
I mean, that does perhaps give some cause for concern.
Dariel.
My jaw is fine now. I just thought it was a funny story to share. Is this not a safe space to share?
No, it's fine. It's
video
just, yeah, I
stories?
mean, hopefully you're all right.
Lendl.
I'm good enough to play Pyre.
All right. Just don't ask you to chew on any more bread.
I mean, is there a situation in RITE NITE where you would be asked to chew bread?
I don't know.
No,
Stranger
we've seen
things have
some
happened.
Crazy requests before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick the exiles most likely to chew bread.
It could happen. It could happen.
I mean, I'm assuming that would be all of the ones with teeth. Presumably.
High Rotor's like, come on, that's nothing. I played Pyre at 3:30 a.m.
May I ask why you did that?
It's commitment. It's dedication.
True.
It's a true gamer. Pro gamer.
You're right. I'm sorry for doubting you.
That was a terrifying banishment from Orlek. The way that he just leaped and immediately banished Lendl there. Just pounced on him like a predator.
Why, that was all of
Wait,
them.
Except
what
now
was that
everyone
word
is
you
down
just-
on Lilac's side. Usually what happens when you jump directly on top of someone with a demon is it stuns them and knocks them away. They don't immediately get banished. But that time,
What was that word?
it did happen.
You said a word. What was that?
Oh
word?
my goodness! We're also getting our fair share of boat magic. A whole lot of boat magic right now.
An interesting exchange. A weak attempt,
And
and
it
yet
is
it
a
hit
quick
the mark.
throw from Rookie for 6 damage. Like, we're just getting some crazy demon boat physics right now. The boat magic is strong with this one, for sure. The boat magic is very strong right now.
Solely a myrrh.
It's a good thing we're recording all this.
I mean, I think just about every demon jump we have seen has either sent them straight up into the air or quite a bit further than they would usually go.
Okay, oh, can I ask for a Pause. Okay, you can make that store. Pause.
What's up?
I'm sorry, I was laughing so hard that I was crying, and I had my eyes, I couldn't see anything.
My eyes! What happened to my eyes?
Exactly. Okay, I'm good.
The tears, they burn. Alright, well, alas, there's even more boat magic for you. And there's a flame leech plunge. So some damage and also some leech for Lilac. And there is some boat magic to finish things off as well. The only way to finish a match like that.
Most excellently done this time, I must admit.
That was
GG.
a match for the ages.
The right
That might be the highest percentage of boat magic we've ever seen in a match before. That was kind of crazy, just how often
until
the boat
the
magic was
next
at play.
round.
Boat magic so intense it nearly makes you go blind.
I mean, that's what it sounds like. Apparently so. Alright, well let us know if there is anything we would like to see for the next one. Otherwise, of course, we can always leave it up to the players to take whatever they'd like. That works too. I don't know, are we doing a match for exiles who would be most likely to eat bread? Is that happening?
Well, I couldn't if... Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Ground control to Major Lilac.
Sorry, I just heard the, like, disconnect, reconnect noise multiple times.
Oh.
All simultaneously, and I thought that I had, like, disconnected from the voice call.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, cool. I was going to say I would redeem the bread chewing request, but I don't have any more redeems left.
Wait. Bread chewing. Chewing. Dragon.
Chewing.
It's all coming full circle.
It's all connected.
I should have known. Alright, well,
behind
either
like-
way, we do not have any bread chewing or any other request. So I believe that means this one is just going to be up to you two to take whatever you'd like.
The Pyre Hearts shall confront the dissidents. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Lids, I have two I just remembered I've been meaning to ask you.
Okay.
Whatever happened to the Twitch points donation feature?
What do you mean?
Like, wasn't there, I was like watching the old VODs and wasn't there some feature that like if you could like donate a certain amount of lid coin to like the Civil War fund or something?
Oh, yeah. So there's a few ways you can do it. Like for the first one, we might have made it so that basically it's a community goal where rather than having one person redeem the Civil War activation, it's a single overarching request or goal that each person can contribute toward. The idea being that, you know, it's probably a bigger number than any one person could do by themselves, and so it requires some community contributions to make it happen. But, and that is Hangover on Jody. I think... Oh, that's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Okay.
So obviously we didn't do that for the most recent one. I think instead what I had done for the most recent, and I think the Civil War before that as well, was I made it an individual redeem, so like one person could redeem it, and then I just made the price very high and gradually lowered it from week to week until eventually someone could redeem it. So, you know, it's pretty much just a matter of whatever approach you prefer to take on it. The other thing is that I think if you do it as a community reward like that, then it also shows up for, I think it would show up for all of my streams, so theoretically people could make contributions during Mass Effect for something that is only applicable to Pyre, and that just, I think, creates some confusion, so that might have been one of the reasons why I started to shy away from that approach.
Well, why hasn't the Civil War redeem come back?
Well, I mean, as we were talking about a little bit after we did it, you know, it used to be that we basically, we did a special event of some variety every few months. So we typically alternated between a Civil War and a tournament, like a more standard tournament. But we at the same time, we still weren't doing it every week, not by any stretch, because I think if you start to do those things, first of all, they take more work. They take a lot more work on my part to set them up, so I just realistically would not be able to do them every week. But even then, I think it's important that those sort of events are special, and if you do them every single week, then I think it kind of takes away from that a bit. It just becomes the norm.
Oh, that's true. I just meant like.
Yeah, so like that's why there isn't a Civil War request right now, because we still had what, like a month ago or so was the Civil War?
In my mind. Like in my mind, also hold on. Oh dang it! She went. I was going to say like, since it's so expensive, I wouldn't think that you'd just be redeeming it every single week.
Right. You know, and that's like, if I kept it at that really high price, then it could just be that no one could ever afford it. But if I were to continuously, you know, reduce the cost by an order of magnitude every week, which is what I was doing, then it doesn't take that long before it does become manageable for at least someone to redeem it. So, you know, when we're closer to what feels like the right time, rhythm-wise, to be doing another Civil War, then, you know, I'll probably put it back up.
Appreciate. Dang it.
-2 quickness, Jody.
Dario moving backwards there, practically.
I was trying to demonstrate the minus. Okay. Watch.
There she goes. Oh, I mean, there she goes.
You can't be moving that quick.
Too fast.
You tricked me.
But yeah, the other thing is that Lilac, theoretically, at least if we were to go back to the system that we used to do, the rhythm that we used to do, we would alternate between Civil War and tournament. So next on the list would be a tournament rather than a Civil War, which, you know, don't know definitively if that's going to be the case this time around, but if we were to go with the approach we took previously, that's how we had done it before. And with that plunge,
I heard whispers of Macaws hosting a tournament.
Yeah, I haven't coordinated at all with Macaws.
The rite is done.
And, you know, we've occasionally had some people, like, I think Core did a tournament of some variety outside, I think it was outside of RITE NITE? Yeah. So,
Until
you know,
the stars align.
when I say tournament or Civil War, I'm talking, like, in the RITE NITE time block. You know, so it's like a formal, officially endorsed RITE Club event, for whatever that's worth. So Macaws may very well be looking into doing some tournament as well, although I guess, heads up, Macaws, there's a chance. I don't know if Macaws is still in chat now, but there's a chance that we may be looking to do a, rather than a Civil War, a full-blown tournament in the not too distant future. I mean, I don't have anything planned at the moment. As I said, it was still fairly recently that we did that civil war, but theoretically, a tournament may be next in line. And it is starting to get a little late, so I'm thinking it may make sense for this to be our penultimate rite, our last one in which we take any requests before the liberation rite. So if there is anything that we would like to see in this one between Murph and Lilac, then let us know. Blood Princess is turning on the sermon intro, okay, and Lilac is turning customize off. One last chance for double random Orlek.
What?
Here we go. Will we get it? Oh, hold on. We can put it on the boat.
Wait, we can do it next one if you want.
That's okay.
Unless this
That's
is
okay.
our
We got it.
penultimate.
I think this will be
Yeah.
our second to last one, our last one before the liberation rite. So let's put it on the boat.
My final boat.
I bid you welcome, exiles. You stand upon the hulk of Orus. You shall take part here in a glorious tradition. Cling to whatever shred of hope you have. Fire hearts stand ready. Dissidents stand prepared.
That is Orlek. That's one Orlek.
Which one? There's 3 demons.
There's one Orlek for
That's mine.
for Murph. Yeah, there were 4 demons. It was almost double Orlek, but not quite. This close to getting what we asked for. Well, there is Orlek.
Simply monstrous.
We learn Numbing Gust for Lilac as well. Well, it's Orlek, it's Volfred, and it's Tamitha for Murph. It is 2 demons not named Orlek. Oh my goodness! A lot of air.
What?
A lot of height on that one, even if the
was-
distance wasn't that dramatic.
was a demon teleport.
It's 2 demons not named Orlek plus Volfred on both sides, actually. Here is Volfred for Murph, lining up the throw, but it's just slightly short.
The orb.
Mooncrest, was that on Volfred or was that on Tamitha? Jody, who should not have -2 quickness anymore, I don't believe. Her hangover should be over at this point. Tamitha, biding her time. It does get blocked match. Okay, there's confirmation it's Tamitha who has the Mooncrest. Oh my gosh! What just happened? Talk about boat magic!
Bye, Joe Dariel. Orlek flung
Hard to top that!
My God.
Glorious. Absolutely glorious.
So someone clip that, please.
You loved, not only was it a full arena boat magic plunge, it was with a lot of airtime and height to spare. That demon was shot out of a rocket.
That demon went off the map, I think.
Yup.
Like, off
I'm
the
pretty
screen.
sure that demon left orbit.
See, this is why boat is the best arena.
And this was customized off as well. We did not guarantee we were going to get any demons. And yet here we are with a whole bunch.
flung with considerable precision.
Right, well with that throw, it means 1 score may be all that Murph needs here, although both players do have sap, so we may see some rekindling, although we do see the Numbing Gust, which means Lilac is all the way down on the left side, may have at most 10. Lilac fishing for some more boat magic. Wasn't quite the same that time. Doesn't have the same effect. Oh, but it's 30 damage plus 10 leech. Which we may have seen earlier, potentially from that humongous boat magic plunge. You know, I think we were all just a little distracted at that point, though.
Yeah.
An unimpressive
Murph throws in for 9, which means 1 score again for Murph might be all that's necessary, even after that leech we saw from Lilac earlier. In fact, same could be potentially said for Lilac as well, but Murph also has a sap, may also have rekindling. I don't know if we've seen Numbing Gust from Murph, which suggests, well, there we see it would have activated. That is a very speedy harp, I'm now realizing as well, and there is 10 rekindling for Lilac confirmed, so there's the second life bar. Murph definitely has at least 10 rekindling because we did not see Numbing Gust. So we know that is not a fully left side full Fred. But here's Orlek. Murph moving in. Jumping everywhere except into the pyre until eventually Orlek seals the deal.
Their adversaries came ever so close.
GG.
The rite is ended.
Well played, you two. All right.
I think I was the winner of this
I
match.
think we all won. I think we all
We
won
all-
in that match.
We all won.
All right. Well, I think it is time for our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So we'll head on over to the Fall of Solium and we'll go Dissidents edition of Never to Return. So this will be our final rite of the night. We will not take any requests for this one. We'll have both players finish things off in style, and let us commence.
Stand forth, exiles. You heed the summons to the fall of Solium. Here you may step closer to achieving freedom. Let us see which one of you is more deserving. Pyre hearts, stand prepared. Dissidents, stand ready. Now we shall get started.
All right, so as we said, this will be our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. No requests from chat for this one. Both players just taking their preferred teams, and it's a power casting Lendl as Murph's lead. Prayer beads Orlek for Lilac.
Imagine a liberation rite, but instead of Fall of Solium, you're at the boat.
I mean, if we had a liberation rite and the deciding final score was that crazy boat magic plunge, that would have been incredible. Full rekindling plus typhoon bottle.
That would be a liberation rite for the ages.
It would have been, indeed.
Instead of going up the shimmer pool, the demon just jumps up to the Commonwealth.
Who needs the shimmer pool, right?
With a little bit of boat magic, you too can be in the shimmer pool.
Tizo.
You too can escape the downside.
Now half off at Falcon Runs.
Alright, Speedy Tizo is Murph's final choice. Ashen Cole Rookie, the final choice for Lilac. So here we go, our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. Murph on the left representing the Pyre Hearts, Lilac on the right representing the Dissidents. Best of luck to you both.
No more than a lick of flame remains. Oh. Oof. How comical. And there it is, at last.
GG.
And
The
there it
Pyre
is.
GG.
Hearts proved their worth.
GG!
Their adversaries they defeated utterly.
Well played, you two.
Thus ends the liberation rite.
As we were saying, that was our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So thank you everybody who participated in the rites today and everyone who gave us their requests in chat as well.
Was an honor.
It was indeed.
that,
GG's,
Always a
guys.
good time.
And with that,
And with that, Lendl is free.
Indeed. All right, I will catch you guys later. Let me free them from remote play as well. Much like how we just saw Lendl freed from the downside. There we go. All right, and as I was saying, that was our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So thank you everybody who participated in the rites today and everyone who gave us the requests in chat as well. This was of course Pyre Community Rite Night, and if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then the best way to do so is by joining the Rite Club Discord server. Oh my goodness, I did not spell that correctly. Which you can join by clicking on that link right there. My name is Lids, I'm hosting these Rite Nights, and my streaming schedule is weeknights. We're doing a combination of Path of Exile 2 and or The First Descendant, at least when we're not kinda sorta waiting for updates on those games, or Lids is working on making a video, a build guide video for one of those games, so those are kind of on hold to a certain extent. Then Fridays, we're doing Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer, Saturdays, Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, and then obviously Sundays, Pyre multiplayer. Then Lids Vids on YouTube as well, posting the VODs for all those streams, so if you missed anything, you can catch that stuff there as well. Also doing some Hades 2 videos straight to YouTube, in addition to a previous Path of Exile 2 build guide video, and hopefully a new one relatively soon as well. And if you haven't done so yet already, of course, you can also hit the follow button to get a notification when I go live. Also at Lids Vids on Twitter, I post everything live as well. But actually the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids is my Discord, which you can join by clicking on that link right there. But that's going to be it for me for tonight, so thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you next time.